Hi Scorpio, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at all things love. Okay, so checking in for you, seeing what's going on with love. Please subscribe if you're not already. Being such a small channel, I do really appreciate that. Every single bit does help out so much. So thank you. This week I am using, we have the Mystic Red Rose Love Oracle. I do have two Lenormand decks this week. So we have the Modern Lenormand as well as the Reynas do Fogo deck, the Fire Queen's Lenormand. I also am using the Love Message Oracle. All right, so getting into it for you, Scorpio. Okay, general messages for Scorpio when it comes to love and romance. What themes of love are we looking at for Scorpio? Scorpio, love and romance for our Scorpios. Interesting. Firstly, we're seeing the clock energy, needing time, cycles, and taking time to heal and progression. All right, so we do see time being an important theme for you at the moment, Scorpio. So I feel like quite a lot of you are just needing a little bit more time when it comes to love and romance. Time to heal, to make sure that you're on the right page for love. And for those of you who are in connections, there's just something about needing a little bit more time to really either get to know this person or, taking time for things to sort of occur. It feels like you're kind of waiting for something in particular for a couple of you here. So I do kind of feel as though for some of you here, Scorpio, it's kind of like I'm waiting for Christmas and the New Year to sort of see what happens over Christmas and the New Year, and we're going to go from there kind of energy. So just feeling as though, you're not really jumping into action when it comes to love. You're kind of waiting to see how things pan out a little bit for yourself. For some of you, you do kind of have this just underlying energy of, something's going to happen eventually. So you're just kind of sitting back and waiting for it to happen for you rather than you going out of your way for it. So that's quite interesting as well. Some of you definitely are still healing from some past stuff as well, because we do have somebody else popping straight up in your energy here with the sunglasses card. Okay, watching, looking, perception, and stalking. So someone is kind of keeping tabs on you. It kind of feels like for some of you, this is a person that is, like an ex kind of energy, where they're just sort of checking up on you, keeping tabs on you, seeing what you're doing, especially when it comes to the progression of healing. Someone's kind of worried that you're moving on faster than they are, or they're kind of like, why is Scorpio acting unaffected? um and for other, there's at least one of you where someone is sort of keeping tabs on you because they kind of want you to move on, and they're kind of like, oh, if I keep tabs on Scorpio, then like I'll feel better about myself because I'll know Scorpio is, they've made it and they're okay. Because I feel that feels like someone who feels a bit guilty, to be honest, that they know that they maybe have rushed off into other things in for their own self, and kind of left you in the dirt, and they're kind of just waiting for you, watching, waiting for you to kind of catch up so that they can feel better about themselves. That's obviously, we're not worried about how they feel. We're worried about how you feel today, Scorpio. But, I do see that changing for you in the near future, in some kind of a sense, because we do have the coffin coming through here as well. New beginnings and liberation, being reborn and transitioning. It can also talk about tragic endings. So it's kind of like the energy after the endings. So we may have had a tragic ending that you are still healing from, that you're still needing a little bit of time from here. And maybe that's why, people are sort of keeping tabs on you to make sure you are okay with everything that has happened for you in the recent future here, with some sort of ending that has occurred. All right, but the interesting thing here is that this clock is sort of showing us that in time you will realize that it's not a necessarily a bad thing that something has ended. It's kind of a good thing, because it's allowing that new beginning. It's allowing space for you to be liberated from something that was not actually for you, so that you can be reborn and transition into something that is much better suited to you. So even if it doesn't feel like that, it is actually encouraging brand new beginnings within you yourself, and within love for you. Okay, so there is definitely things looking back up for you again, in the near future here, but it may just take a little bit of time for you to get to that realization for yourself. Just clarifying the clock and the sunglasses energy here for Scorpio, please. Yeah, so whoever this was, we have the masculine coming through for them. So it was kind of like this person was probably very non-emotional, or very in control of their emotions, and maybe wasn't very, it maybe felt a bit chaotic. I kind of feel like there maybe have been a lot of conflict there, for some of you, like chaos kind of energy. It sort of left you feeling like you're in chaos, with this past person here. Um, they probably weren't very forthcoming with emotion towards you, in some kind of way. Very, very masculine energy. They may have been very intelligent and, very rational, logical type energy, very boss type energy. They may have sort of tried to, be a little bit in control of things, quite heavily, in the connection. Um, but we do see the key coming through next, followed by the scythe. Oh, I've got that upside down. Sorry, the scythe. So I do feel as though with the scythe there, the scythe really does talk about a sudden break, a sudden change, like, something that has been done as kind of like an impulsive decision, and so this it feels like a breakup, to be honest, completely honest here. It looks like a past breakup we're looking at here, where, it's happened quite suddenly, very unexpectedly. Maybe you weren't expecting that, or even if you were the one that has done that, there's an unexpectedness or a sudden impulsive, kind of quick break, that has taken place, in this. And I do feel as though for quite a lot of you, this key is very relevant to what's actually happened here, because the key does talk about a lot of different options. All right, the key opens up many doors. All right, you know it kind of actually feels like this masculine energy, which doesn't actually feel like yours, Scorpio. And even if you are a masculine energy, it does feel as though this other person was also a very, domineering kind of energy as well. And maybe that's why there was some chaos and chaotic energy and clashing between the two of you. And I don't, this may not have actually been communicated to you, because with the masculine energy, quite often they don't actually communicate the emotional side of things. But that may have been part of why this breakup has occurred, is because they were kind of, looking at other possibilities when it comes to love and romance. They were, wanting to go and open up some other doorways, see what else was available to them. Feeling as though they maybe could have had more success with a different door, a different option to you. I am just picking up here that for a couple of you, there may have been some, cheating involved here. So, that may have definitely been something that is part of the reason that this did have to come to an end. And it has done so quite suddenly for some of you because, like you find those sorts of things out. And of course, you're going to break free from that connection. If you find out somebody is looking for a successful connection elsewhere, of course, that's going to have ramifications on the current connection. For others, I'm not saying that this has actually occurred for a lot of you, but even if you aren't aware of this energy, that may have been a big part of why this person has, moved on so quickly, because they are looking for other options that may be more successful for them. So it does seem to be a big part of this person's energy that they're willing to sort of open up 5 doors to see what's on the other side, whereas you seem a bit more stable, to be honest, than that. You seem to be a little bit more like, no, well, I'm going to, if I open a door, I'm going to walk through it fully and invest fully, and try to find the success right here and there. I'm not going to be opening multiple doors looking to see, which doorway leads to the best thing for me. You kind of seem a little bit more stable in that sense. All right. But, it feels as though it's left you, a little bit hurt, needing to heal a little bit here for some of you. We do see that coffin energy. So, there obviously was some sort of an ending that has occurred for you. But it is a new beginning. It's a liberation. All right. Because you don't want this person, if they're, opening up multiple doorways, you don't want that, in the long run for yourself here. So it's actually freeing you from being tied to that energy that is actually not suited to you, regardless of whether you feel that like that or not, to be honest. Some of you, I feel you have not yet realized that this is actually a good thing for you, that there's actually someone out there better for you, that, you more deserving of your time and energy, Scorpio. Clarify this coffin energy, specifically show us some clarification on the transitions and the new beginnings for Scorpio over here with love and romance, please. Firstly, we have the fox coming through here, Scorpio. So, this is actually my player card. So I don't feel as though you're going to go and jump and be a player, that kind of energy, especially with what's coming after that. But, this is actually, it's more about you finding your independence and being a little bit selfish for once, looking after your own needs, following your own desires, doing whatever you need to do to, get what you want. To not be doing everything for everybody else all the time here, and to actually be a little bit selfish and focus on what you want out of each situation that you're involving yourself in. Being, very clever. This is a very clever energy, all right? It's a very logical, in a clever kind of a way where you're, this is what I want and I'm not going to put up with anything less than, all right? And that's actually leading you straight to a new relationship that is so much happier for you. There's a lot of happiness here. We have the ring and then the sun. So this new connection, this new relationship, it's a lot more along the lines of an actual relationship that makes you happy, that gives you what you want. All right, being a little bit selfish works well for you here. Focusing on what you actually want, not trying to pander to what everybody else wants, gets you what you want, and it gets you happiness. All right, this is happiness. So this will come to light, that there is a potential relationship coming through for you here in the in the near future. For some of you, you're still in that kind of healing energy. For others of you, you have sort of moved on to this fox energy where you're just worrying about yourself for a change, and finding your independence again, and sort of getting back out there and starting to or go on dates and whatnot as well. See what's out there for yourself, and it is going to lead you to happiness. So there's a reason to be optimistic here. There's a lot of power and guidance coming through in a happy kind of optimistic way for you here in the near future. You are going to be very happy and charmed by this new connection. All right. But we'll have a look at intimacy for you here, Scorpio. Anything important coming through for intimacy? I've got to be careful with the sex word on YouTube, but we are looking at emotional and physical intimacy. Okay, intimacy for our Scorpios. Anything Scorpio needs to know in regard to intimacy? With the fox there, I wouldn't be shying away from physical intimacy at all. It's kind of your opportunity to, get involved. Seeing a lot of interesting stuff here. Firstly, we have the heart coming through, a lot of fiery passion, focus on looking for love a little bit when it comes to intimacy, feeling loved, regardless of whether this is a short-term or long-term intimacy that you're, jumping into, even if you're not jumping into anything, you're focusing a little bit more on just feeling loved, even if that's just from within your own self. All right, the feelings of love and feeling like I can have love for myself in the ways that I want. You are a little bit conflicted though, because we do have the whip and then the moon. So you are just a little bit conflicted when it comes to physical intimacy at the moment, because, with the whip there, it's like you may be punishing yourself for, feeling as though you maybe have done something or not done something in the past that's led to this. You're still healing a little bit for a lot of you here. So you're still a little bit conflicted about what you're actually doing when it comes to intimacy. For others of you though, this can actually refer to like, this is the whip card. So it can refer to like whips and chains excite me kind of energy there. So some of you may be getting involved in little encounters that do involve that sort of stuff, if that's something that you're interested in. If not, that's fine as well. It just can show you that you're just still having a little bit of drama and tension within your own self about what you're actually wanting, and when it comes to the love that you truly want here. We do see the moon there as well, which is talking about your emotions and, wanting a little bit more emotional intimacy with your connections. So you're kind of done with punishing yourself with connections that aren't giving you the emotional connection that you desire. So with the heart and the moon both coming through there, it does show us that deep down you do want that emotional connection with somebody, especially with intimacy. It can be the difference between, that physical just effing type of energy compared to the whole making love kind of thing. And you are kind of realizing that you're wanting to feel something a little bit more than just the physical stuff. You're wanting that emotional connection with somebody a little bit more here as well. Your intuition is trying to guide you towards that. So that's where you're getting this energy of being a little bit more selfish. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to be a little bit selfish. So especially for those of you where that whips and chains stuff is something that you're wanting, be a little bit selfish, explore that side of yourself while you are single, go right on ahead. It's a perfect time for it, and it is actually going to lead you to where you want to be, because with that ring in the sun there, you are going to get what you want. All right, and a lot of you are heading straight for a relationship. All right, because even I'm picking up here a few of you sort of saying, I don't want a relationship. I want to just be a player and just have the physical. And deep down, your energy is telling me that deep down you do want a love connection that is stronger than just the physical stuff. So I'm just reading what I'm being shown here, okay? But free will, guys. You're more than welcome to exert that whenever you want. But we'll see if there's any specific people wanting to come through with messages of love, or any specific messages of love for Scorpio here. Any specific love messages from either people in Scorpio's energy or just in general? Any specific love messages for our Scorpio? Yeah, okay, so that past person is coming through a little bit here. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. So they are honoring the fact that they know you deserve better. So they are trying to change and heal themselves, but they know that you deserve much better than that sort of stuff. So I feel like this is linked up to this whips and chains stuff, this one here. Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. Because there's a bit of just a power play thing here with this person. So maybe you're the one with the whip in hand. Are you the top in that situation, Scorpio? Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. It's just that just feels like something to do with the. Okay, it doesn't actually feel like they're saying that they don't deserve the way that you treat them. It feels more like a playful thing, to be honest. But we do see sex with you as well. Oh, and I said the sex word, but that's what we're seeing. So someone does have a lot of passion and desire to be with you. Okay, so maybe, we did see that sunglasses energy up there as well. So, maybe there is somebody else looking and, keeping an eye on you because they really do feel, a strong desire towards you. I feel as though that's someone that you have not yet been with. They're just thinking about it. It's like a fantasy. They want Scorpio. It's a fantasy for this person. All right, but that's what we have for you today. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.